ನಾನೇ ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡಿ
A very bright and brilliant morning to all of you. On the top of our procedure plan is an invocation to all merciful Allah. I call upon Mr. Munir Rahman of 2nd BA English to recite a holy verse from the Holy Quran.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والضحى والليل إذا سجى ما ودعك ربك وما قلى وللآخرة خير لك من الأولى ولسوف يعطيك ربك فترضى ألم يجدك يتيما فآوى ووجدك ضالا فهدى ووجدك عائلا فأغنى فأما اليتيم فلا تقهر وأما السائل فلا تنهر وأما بنعمة ربك فحدث صدق الله العظيم.
The sacred verse has set pause for a hearty welcome. A warm welcome is a solid visa to the realms of cordial intimacy. I deem it my proud privilege to request Dr. K. Abdul Ahmad, Assistant Professor in English, to present the welcome address.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. The department goes in welcoming esteemed principal, Dr. S.A. Sajid sir, whose goodwill to host this sort of academic get-together is materializing academic miracles on the campus. Dr. Y.A. Zahir Abdul Ghafoor sir, Assistant Professor in English, the New College, Chennai, is certainly a human epitome of exemplary exceptions in academic and research. We welcome him as the speaker of the day to help us bask in the literary warmth of his delectable deliberation. As the staff, scholars, students, and all the viewers are our proud possessions as academic assets, we extend our bouquet of hearty welcome to them to sowing in the literary cradle of interesting information. The department feels great in welcoming Dr. S. Muhammad Yasir sir and his scholarly team, whose cooperation is always tall as pine trees. I welcome you all once again. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, sir. No speck of Mother Nature needs any introduction. So is Dr. Y.A. Zahir Abdul Ghafoor. But it is an academic formality to introduce the guest speaker to make him known to every participant. I now request Mr. Syed Ahmad Basa, Assistant Professor in English, to introduce the guest of honor.
The stunning pride of higher education and an exotic epitome of literary supremacy, Dr. Writes a course in journalism which he accomplished by obtaining MA degree in journalism from Periyar University, Salem. A jubilant linguist of paramount renown, Dr. Zahir Abdul Ghafoor had proved even in Arabic by qualifying for the MA degree in modern Arabic offered by the University of Madras. Even while playing the principal role in the literary carnival, Dr. Zahir Abdul Ghafoor had exhibited a flamboyant flavor for computers which had resulted in enriching his gallery of academic distinctions with a diploma in computer applications. His quest to enhance his academic qualification had landed him on the shore of postgraduate diploma in teaching English, which he completed with dazzling colors of distinction. While wishing him the very best of the best lots, we prayed that he should excel in all academic and research segments to emerge as a pioneer and path setter.
Thank you, Professor. I'm richly blessed to have the honor of accosting our exalted principal, Dr. S.A. Sajid, to shower his blessings on this webinar with his introductory address.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good morning, everybody. I deem it a proud privilege to be a part of this webinar organized by the Department of English of our college on the topic positive thinking. We are grateful to the resource person today Mr. Zahir Abdul Ghafoor, who was kind enough to accept our invitation and going to deliver the keynote address. Dear participants, we are all aware that many things we have lost due to this pandemic. And always I used to tell one important gain we had, that is we have accustomed to conduct all these seminars and webinars easily by using the IT, information and technology resources we had. It was very positive. It was made possible by this pandemic situation to bring the people across the globe into a simple platform. I congratulate the department for having organized such a beautiful webinar on positive thinking and all the people who are involved in this webinar. The topic is very interesting, that positive thinking. Always it will take us to the highest height. Man lives on hope. It is hope that sustains, continues, and monitors the life. It is hope that is like his guide. It is hope that is his best guide. In absence of hope, life has no change. This hope is but a sign of optimism. He who is optimistic plans life, he builds the course of his life like a skillful mason. The root of optimism is positive thinking. This sort of thinking instills courage. It pumps into the nerves the elixir of confidence courage and confidence on a road to happy living. That was mentioned by leader Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam on his address to the students, that only to the highest. It paves way for achieving what has been planned, and therefore positive thinking is essential for a peaceful life. It works as a catalyst by speeding up the course of action. Negative thinking is of no use at all. It is a sign of pessimism. It breeds no courage or confidence. On the contrary, positive thinking works like boost and horlicks. It is what that prompts scientists to treat failures as opportunities. Be it Thomas Alva Edison or Albert Einstein, be it Marie Curie or C.V. Raman, they all succeeded because of their positive thinking. Even the students should develop their positive thinking. It helps them to conquer the realms of progress. Positive thinking is the prime quality embedded in a leader. It pushes him forward to reach the goal. Gandhiji made use of positive thinking as a routine ability. He failed at times in his mission, but those failures turned to victories because of his positive thinking, and thus positive thinking is an asset. Every administrator should cultivate positive thinking at times of disappointment. Even army personnel and police are guided by their power of positive thinking. It is positivity, and therefore should be cultivated. Top leaders, top executives, top administrators, top scientists, top doctors, top engineers, top workforce, and top among fathers and mothers. I take this opportunity to thank the well-wisher, share few words from me. Thanks for the opportunity given. I wish a webinar should be a grand success. Thank you a lot.
while thanking our beloved Principal Sir for his introductory address in its superlative excellence. I take great pleasure in requesting the star speaker of the day, Dr. Y.A. Zahir Abdul Ghaffur, Assistant Professor in English, the New College, Chennai, to deliver the keynote address.
Respected Principal of C. Abdul Hakeem College, Melvisharam, Professor K. Mohammed Suhail, the coordinator of this event, Professor K. Abdul Manaf, convener, Professor Ashraf Ali Khan, organizing secretary of this event, and my friend Abrar Ahmed and other colleagues from the Department of English, and my dear students. The topic which was given to me is positive thinking as an effulgent sign of optimism. Now, what is positive thinking? You know, there are people, okay? One is optimist, one is pessimist, and another realist. Who is an optimist? Optimist is a person who thinks positively. Contrary to this, opposite to optimist is pessimist, who always thinks negatively. Other person, realist, he calls spade a spade. So, why should we inculcate the habit of this positive thinking? Why should we think positively? So, what is positive thinking actually? Positive thinking or an optimistic attitude is the practice of focusing on the good in any given situation. So, you should not be deterred. You should not fumble. You should not think that nothing is impossible. You should think that everything is possible. You should have this positive thinking. That doesn't mean you should ignore reality or make light of problems. Of course, there may be problems. Remember, for every problem, there may be a solution for it. You should not run away from the forum. You should not flee the place. You should stand still and face the problem. It simply means you approach the good and the bad in life with the expectation that things will go well. See, our finger, like just imagine, like you think about our fingers. All our fingers are not equal. This is our life here. There will be ups and downs in our life. And remember, there will be what? Always there will be a solution for every problem, and you may come over all those problems. So what are benefits of thinking positively? There are some physical benefits. What are they? One can have longer lifespan, lower chance of having a heart attack, because the reason is when you come under stress, when you think that that's the end of it, there is no way to escape. I am in a catch-22 situation. If you think that life is full of Sisyphean struggle, what will happen here? You come under stress. Stress, it affects the body. And what? It will lead to lots of complication. And one of the things are heart attack. So if you have positive thinking, it lowers the chance of having a heart attack. You can have better physical health, greater resistance to illness such as the common cold, because again, the common reason when we have this cold, really, not only because of this, one of the reasons weather conditions are the climatic conditions, another reason is when we are under stress, you also get cold. Then again, when you're under stress, other problem often say what? High BP. It lowers blood pressure. When you have positive thinking, it lowers blood pressure. Better stress management. Remember, When you are under stress, you may not be able to take decisions properly. You may go wrong. So you should be calm, composed, and you should have positive thinking. Then only what you can take decisions properly. Otherwise, you may take wrong decisions. Then better pain tolerance. These are the physical benefits of having positive thinking. So these are physical benefits. What are mental benefits of having positive thinking? When you have positive thinking, you can have more creativity, greater problem solving skills, clear thinking. That's already I said here. You may have clearer thinking, better mood, better coping skills, less depression. These are benefits of having positive thinking. To quote Lalabelle, work hard for what you want because it won't come to you without a fight. Work hard for what you want because it won't come to you without a fight. You have to be strong and courageous and know that you can do anything you put your mind to. If somebody puts you down or criticizes you, just keep on believing in yourself and turn it into something positive. That's a life, my dear. See, as our respected principal, he quoted Thomas Alva Edison and many great people. Just like that, they didn't reach the heights. Just like that, they didn't become popular. They invented many things. They faced lots of problems. Many criticized them. Why? Just imagine when there was no aeroplane, when there's no person, that's what no one can imagine that a person can fly. They were thinking about flying. They faced lots of criticism, but they were undaunted in their will. They kept on working. And what? They failed many times. People laughed at them, mocked them, but they were focused. They had the positive thinking that we would definitely achieve. And they achieved. And now we have got, now the thing has gone that one man can fly. We have aeroplanes, different types of aeroplanes now. Let me just show a video. It's a short story. That's a story, a moral story of two frogs. After that, let me continue that one. So, you watch this video. So, it's about two frogs who were just traveling, passing by a forest. So, with a group of frogs, and two frogs fell into a pit. So, they just tried to jump high and high to come out of the pit, but they couldn't. The frogs, the friends, they saw this and they said to give up because it's okay, it can't come out of the pit. One of the frogs listened to what the frog, his friend said. He gave up and died. The other frog kept on jumping, hopping, and what? It came out. It survived. Later on, he said, okay, people came to know the frog was deaf. When they were shouting, howling, clapping to give up, the frog thought that those frogs were encouraging him. He took positively. Actually, they were discouraging him. That's the life, dear. When you try to do something in your life, there may be people, not many, not one or two, many may be there to criticize you. Only few may be there, very few, who may encourage you, who may love you. Others may be jealous of you and they may discourage you when you want to achieve something. Remember, you have to compare this with the frog. Like the deaf frog here, you should not listen to those people who criticize you, who make fun of you, who mock you. Leave them and what? Focus on what you want to achieve and try to achieve that. That's the life. When you have this positive thinking, yes, I can do it. Remember this, with the will of Allah, with the will of God, everything is possible. Nothing is impossible in this world. Sky is the limit. Remember, anything is possible in the world if you have the help of God, help of Allah. To quote Demi Lovato, no matter what you're going through, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. It may seem hard to get to it, but you can do it. And just keep working towards it, and you'll find the positive side of things. Let's do it. That's what you understand. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. Remember, the end, you'll find the success. You will win. Have confidence in you. To quote Thirukural, உள்ளுவதெல்லாம் உயிர் உள்ளல் மற்றது தள்ளாமை நீர்த்து. Tamil translation of this, எண்ணுவதெல்லாம் உயர்வை பற்றியே எண்ண வேண்டும். அவ்வுயர்வு கை கூடாவிட்டாலும் அவ்வாறு எண்ணுவதை விடக்கூடாது. In English, whatever you ponder, let your aim be lofty still. Fear cannot hinder always. Thwart you as it will. So when you think, you have to think highly about something. You have to think about achieving something. Though you are not able to what? Achieve that particular thing, you should not. That's what Abdul Kalam used to say. You have to dream. Youth, they have to dream. He dreamt of making India a developed country, a superpower. Okay, in the 2020. Anyhow, let's keep on striving. Let's keep on try to achieve that target. Let's not give up. I want to tell something about this person. This person, inspires many. His name is Jose Salvador Alvarenga. You have to know about him. He was a sailor from Mexico, a Mexican. On fine day, he was a fisherman. One fine day, he ventured into the sea to catch fish in his boat. But that particular day, his friend was not well. So he had to take an youngster, a teenager, a young man named Ezekiel Cordoba. Ezekiel was a young man. So they ventured and they what? They caught nearly 500 kilos of fish. They're about to return, there was a storm, and it was for 5 days. The storm because it's destroyed their boat, engine, other things were the radio, which through which two-way radio, which through which he could contact the owner of the boat or the person came the shore. He couldn't. So what happened here? We didn't have anything. The own boat went adrift, kept on moving. Then they were not aware where they were. They lost the location. They don't know where they were actually. So after 5 days, the owner of the boat, the rescue team was sent to rescue them, but the everything went in vain. They couldn't find them. So just days went on like this, and what? Because they couldn't move the boat, they threw all the fish which they caught, and they didn't have water to drink. You know, the sailor, those who gone to seaside, they may know the fishermen. They take the boat, stream water maybe. They take sufficient quality of food, water, maybe for 1 week or so. So it went for months. They didn't have water to drink. So whenever there was rain, these two people here, they got they had some plastic bottles. They got the rainwater and they drank. Sometimes they drank their own urine. This how the days passed. They caught raw fish and ate with the bare hands. They caught birds. They drank the blood. This is how they tried to survive. Joe Salvaranga had the hope, he had the positive thinking that one day or another he would meet his family, but his friend, his colleague, or the person who was traveling with him, the youngster, lost hope. He couldn't eat the raw flesh of the bird or raw fish or drink the blood. So he stopped eating. He lost hope that he would meet his family members because many ships passed by, but they couldn't find. They couldn't come forward, come to help. The boat. So Jose Alvarenga was very strong. He said, "Don't give up hope. We'll meet our family." But the other person, he lost the hope. He stopped eating, and after 4 months, he passed away. He died due to starvation, not because he didn't eat anything. And just imagine, 4 months, they left the shore. They're in the boat. Only two people to speak to each other. One is no more. So just imagine. So with whom Joe Saranga would speak? No one. There is no company now. So he just writes in the book. He went insane. He became mad. That is, he couldn't understand what had happened to his friend. So 1 week he stayed with the corpse, the dead body. After 1 week, he threw the dead body into the sea. Remember, just like that, he passed the days. 4 months became more months here. After 14 months, remember, after 14 months, his boat slowly reached the shore of some other country. And there he was rescued by the fishermen there. And that time he was half naked. You can find his photo here. He had gone insane. Something like that. He couldn't speak properly. He became very weak. So they were taken to a doctor. He was given first aid, all those things. Nearly for 1 week was for dehydration. He had to undergo treatment. After 1 week only, he revealed that he was a fisherman. He belonged to his own country. What happened to him, everything. And earlier they thought that he was telling lies, but they researched and they found everything was true. See, just what I want to say here. See, Jose Salvador Alvaranga, just imagine 14 months without a company, no one to speak, he survived. That's what. Normally a person would die. No company, no one to speak to him. Just imagine. If you're in a classroom here, if someone locks you up and you're there for 1 day, whole day, just imagine the situation. No mobile phone, nothing. You are in a dark room. Just imagine what would happen to you. Right? Just one day we can't, but he stayed there in the sea nearly for 14 months. You can also check this news I saw in BBC, then also read in Guardian newspaper, then it came also in Tamil news channel Polymer. It's available online. Just to type this. So Joe Sarah Alvaranga, you get lists of websites about how he survived. So that's what I want to say. Nothing is impossible. Everything is possible in this world. When you have the will, there is a way. Have positive thinking. To quote Roy T. Bennett from The Light in the Heart, instead of worrying about what you cannot control, shift your energy to what you can create. Instead of worrying about what you cannot control, shift your energy to what you can create, what you can do. You may lose something. Remember, you can do something better than this. Think and do that. I hope that many might know this person, a great person, Dashrath Manji, the mountain man. Based on him, even movie has been made. A mountain man, Manji, the mountain man. Movie, Hindi movie has been made on his life history. So who was this man? A farmer from North India, Jharkhand, Bihar. So a farmer there. He loved his family. He loved his wife. Life went on like this. So usually his wife used to bring food to him when he was working. She has to cross the rock, climb over the rocks and come. So one day, unfortunate day, she she was bringing the food. She slipped and fell down. She hit her head in one of the rocks, and she started profusely bleeding. She got injured. So Dashrath Manjari was not aware what to do. He took his wife and took a bullock cart because in his village there was no ambulance, no vehicle. To reach the hospital, nearly they had to travel 50 kilometers. So he took a bullock cart and took his wife. But that by the time that he reached hospital, his wife passed away. Had she been had she reached the hospital, had he reached the hospital on time, God knows. So she would have been saved because she was profusely bleeding and she died. On that day, he decided, it happened to my wife. The thing which happened to my wife should not happen to any of my villagers. No one should die like this. Government is not taking any initiative to develop this village, to have a hospital in my village. So I should do something to my villagers. You know what he did? Whatever tools available, sickle, hammer, whatever thing, he has started to break the mountain. Just imagine when a person starts to break the mountain, what people would think of him. People thought that he has gone crazy. He has gone, he has become mad because he's lost his wife, lovable wife. People made fun of him. Daytime he used to work, nighttime he was just to what? He started to break the mountain. He never cared about what the people said. Days went by like this. He carved the mountain. He made a passage, small one. The villagers they saw, they were amazed. They're surprised. This other man is doing something. They came forward to help. Without the government help, they start to break the mountain. They thought. So to reach hospital, they had to travel 50 kilometers. But if they travel through this way, they could reach hospital within 5 kilometers and easily can reach. So people start to help him here. They supplied him food, all those things he made with the help of the people. He just got, and then as usual, government came. The government tried to halt the process here. Anyhow, he protested with his villagers. Then what? And then he succeeded making the way, and Dashrath Manji succeeded Then I made a passage where people can travel and they can easily reach the hospital. That's what a human being can also break the mountain without machines, remember, without any bombs. Just used to what to break the mountain without those things here. He broke the mountain with his own hands. People, okay, it took some time, but he did it, which was considered impossible by these people. He made it possible. This year, whatever examples I gave, let it be Jose Alvaranga or Dashrath Manj, it's a paucity of time. I'm just limiting these people here. There are many examples. These are human beings. They are not supernaturals or any what. Okay, they came from sky. They're human beings. They had the determination to achieve. They were undoubted in their will. They didn't want to give up. They had the target and they wanted to achieve it. And those people, what which I quoted here, they are not. They didn't come from very rich background. All those things here, or very good education. They are normal human beings, and they achieved. They did something to society, and now people are getting benefited out of this. And you can find YouTube. Just type Dashrath Manji in YouTube. You get lots of videos about him. The passage made by him. How people are making use of that passage here to cross the mountain to reach the hospital, and people are happy now. These are superheroes. You can also become. When you have this positive attitude, when you think that I can do, I can achieve. Nothing is impossible. Keep in this mind. Nothing is impossible. Everything is possible in this mind. Have this mindset, and certainly you can reach greater heights. Thank you, dear. Thank you all colleagues on Department of English, Melvishram, and everyone here, management. Melvishram, thank you.
Thank you, Professor, for your valuable and thoughtful message. Words of gratitude are the verbal jewel boxes of satisfaction and joy. They are the words that are indeed to swing the hearts in a gladsome spell. With humble pride guided with reverence, I request Mr. Syed Ahmed Basha to propose a vote of thanks.
A word of gratitude is a bounty of satisfaction. I thank you all for your kind participation in the webinar. The crown of gratitude is presented in all its superfine manifestation to adorn the province of popularity of our beloved principal, Dr. S. Saji sir, for his impeccable help and inimitable support. The scintillating lecture on positive thinking had been an inspiring compendium of vibrant ideas and enabled guidelines. Our goldmine of gratitude is a high appreciation of Dr. Y.A. Zahir Abdul Ghafoor, who struck the keynote address that was so touching and so mesmerizing. Our thanks are to Dr. A.S. Sir and other scholars in his department for extending all possible help in organizing this seminar. The staff, scholars, and viewers are being thanked profusely for participating in large numbers and for exhibiting fraternal excellence and anchors of support. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Dear
Thank
participants, thank you very much for your kind participation. We will meet online again in the national webinar on 23rd of this month. We request your kind cooperation for the success of this national webinar, which will be addressed by Dr. M. Chand Basha of VSK University, Bellary, Karnataka. Thank you, one and all.
फराज क्या जी बाहर चल जाइएगी।